Morning, everyone. I'm hitting the road soon, so I wanted to get back on track. I've had several days of vacation and travel, and I decided not to do Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives, depending on where you're watching this, on those travel days. And I could feel myself slipping out of the habit. And I really value this time, this ability to reflect and think and be able to do it out loud. Because when I just sit and think, I can believe all sorts of things. They seem to make sense. But like you say it out loud and then you hear yourself say it and you go, well, no, I don't really understand that, or I don't really agree with that point or that perspective. It's like I was trying to explain something to someone. I can't even remember what it was, but it was something like, I sort of get this, and I started trying to lay it out in a clear, linear fashion. And I realized, oh no, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm going to stop. So I appreciate you being a reason for me to have to, or to get to share thoughts, and sometimes in these talks I'll just sort of abandon them because they don't ring true. But what I want to talk about today a little bit is self-love and temporality. And so I've been embroiled in my mind in lots of conversations and conflicts and arguments around body positivity. And the basic plot is I understand that our society has created a series of judgments and hierarchies about what is a worthy body and what is not a worthy body. What is a sexy body and not a sexy body? What is an attractive body and not attractive body? And anyone who doesn't conform to what can be a very unhealthy body type is told that you are not good enough and you need to change or go away and don't bother me. And this particularly affects women, although it affects men as well. And so an entire movement of body positivity has emerged where women particularly, but also people with disabilities, trans people, intersex people, anyone who, fat people, anyone who has been told that your body is not the right kind of body have reclaimed some of their power to say, you don't get to change my mind about myself. I don't have to believe your views. Because when we're growing up, when we're little, and when we're told by words, by glances, by rejections, by not seeing ourselves portrayed in media, or by seeing ourselves portrayed as the butt of jokes, or as tempters or temptresses, or as people who are trying to put one over on others, as the trans community has so often been portrayed, sort of deceitful, lying, and there's always a shocking reveal. That for groups that have been marginalized by this society to say, I take back my love of myself. I don't accept your perspective that I am unworthy. And that is a powerful, valuable thing. And because it's not just those marginalized people, it's all of us who, I can't think of anyone who thinks they have a great body or who thinks they're beautiful, right? If you say, like, I'm beautiful, we either have to understand that you're talking about your inner beauty or you're somehow psychopathically vain, right? We are not allowed to appreciate ourselves. Bunch of years ago. I was at a personal development retreat, and the activity was you lay down on butcher paper and someone draws your outline with the marker, and then you take Post-it notes and attach them to your outline, different parts of your body, your thoughts. And I was going at this, and I realized after putting like 50 or 60 Post-it notes on that they were all negative. So see right here, I've got a little scar from when I was like 5 years old and I ran into a piece of furniture. I've got a scar on this elbow from, it's hard to see, but from a swimming pool accident. I was called Dumbo as a kid because my ears stuck out. They were like this size when I was little. My nose has this thing in it because it was broken. And oh, by the way, when we're talking about function, my eyes, I don't see that great. I've had a deviated septum from a racquetball accident when I was 12 years old. Right, my back, like the, just listing all of these flaws, all of these things that were wrong with me. And this was a time I was probably 25 pounds overweight, and it was very easy for me to get out of the shower and then look at my like large hairy belly and just be deliciously disgusted with myself. Like, oh, you fat piece of shit. Because I knew I was going to go, I was going to eat the same stuff, and I didn't have that much energy. Two young kids and struggling to make a business work and all the rest of it. And it was so easy to be cruel to my body, to be cruel to myself. Hey, Connie, good morning. So I get it. And at the same time, like when I was 25 pounds overweight, it was not just a cosmetic issue. It was a performance issue in terms of physical ability to do things, in terms of stamina, in terms of strength, in terms of health and wanting to, I was not on a healthy trajectory, and I had 2 young kids, and that felt irresponsible. And of course I could always, beat myself up for that as well. That was all part of the packet, all part of the game. So it wasn't just about vanity, although vanity was how I attacked myself. And vanity was the thing that was up for me in terms of like, oh, if I only looked better, if only I was hotter. Right? So when people in the body positivity movement say, I love myself, what they're really saying is, I reject the conditions that other people place on me for when I am worthy of love. So I'm not going to hate myself into dieting so that I can be skinny, because skinny me is no better than fat me. Right? And so I'm not going to chase that anymore. But here's the thing, where that gets into trouble is body positivity is still accepting the same assumptions that it's how we look that matters. And I would argue that outcomes are not the point, because we can't control our outcomes. All right, I know people who eat an incredibly healthy diet, who take care of themselves, who exercise, who meditate, who get cancer, who have high blood pressure, who have high cholesterol no matter what they do. It's hard for us in the plant-based community to even hear this sometimes, because we want to be able to sell a simple marketing message, right? Eat whole food, plant-based, live forever, never get sick. And so people who challenge that narrative, it can feel terrible to us, and we can actually inadvertently do a great deal of emotional harm to people by invalidating the fact that shit happens and not everything can be attributed to our mistakes and our slip-ups and our ignorance. So what if so I said I wanted to talk about body positivity and temporality. So by temporality, I mean we do something now in order to achieve a future goal, right? And that's another beautiful thing, to set a goal and to work to achieve it, to have this vision of what we want to manifest in the world, either in our own bodies or our own lives or our families or our communities or just the world in general. To be able to look forward and to act today in accordance with that vision. But here's where I want to talk about the crux of body positivity. The crux of body positivity, if you are truly loving your body, then you do it now, in action. You love your body and you show it with action. So if you say, I love my body, and you are binging on junk food, or you're smoking tobacco cigarettes, or you're drinking to excess, or you're not moving, that's not loving your body. Any more so than telling your significant other, I love you, and mistreating them, and even to the point of abuse, right? What do you believe? Do you believe words or actions? So I don't want to get into the debate about is a body, is a body healthy, is a body okay? Let's forget about our standards. And let's just say body positivity is about loving your body. And you love your body with actions. You love your body by looking at it and saying, what does it need in order to be its best? Now, I guess sometimes it might be some delicious, decadent, unhealthy food, right? I'm not trying to tell you or anyone like what you need. I'm a coach. I'm not a prescriber. But when you check in and you slow down and you get quiet and you let your body speak, and your body is not your mind is saying, hey, I'm beautiful the way I am. I have no need to change. But listen to your body. Is your body saying, oh, I hurt? Is your body saying, oh, whenever I have dairy, I get bloated? How is that not valuable information to take in and consider and act upon? How do we ignore what is so obvious and so loud that we have to dampen it down with food, with alcohol, with other drugs, with distractions? The thing that if we just get quiet and still and stop inputting substances that get us high, that take us away from our physical reality. Loving someone means listening to them, means respecting them. And maybe self-love is too high a standard for a lot of us right now. Maybe we, to say, oh, love yourself. That sounds so easy, right? That sounds so great. Just love yourself. Maybe that's too high a standard. But what about don't abuse yourself? Don't be rude to yourself. What if you treated yourself as if you were a complete stranger, right? Like that would already be a step up. You wouldn't poison a complete stranger. You wouldn't walk up to a complete stranger and say, oh, you disgusting piece of shit, right? Even sort of benign neglect and politeness would be a step up from the way many of us treat our own bodies. So I think I'm done there for today. I think I've sort of thought through, and I appreciate you sort of watching and listening with me. I'd love your thoughts on this, comments, your own experiences with body positivity, with body negativity, with body neutrality, and with the difference between chasing an outcome and simply treating your body with respect, with kindness right now, to show that your body is something that you appreciate as it is right now. And when we do that, the future tends to take care of itself. So I wish everybody a fabulous day. I'm off to Asheville today. I got an exciting podcast interview that I will tell you about when it happens, because I don't like to jinx it. If you're interested in the New Orleans retreat that Josh and I are leading, there'll be a lot of body positivity conversations there. That's going to be March 5th through 8th in 2020 in New Orleans. Go to sick2fit, sick2fit.com/NOLA, N-O-L-A, all lowercase, to find out about that. And if you're interested in becoming a health coach, November 2019, our next run of that program starts, and you can just find out more about that at wellstartcoach.com. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great day.